Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Vivian Rofadila Hassan from Class A. In this video, I will explain chapter 10 tentang interpersonal relationship types, yaitu pada bagian 10.3 family relationship. Family relationship. A family relationship is the bond that exists between the members of a family, which typically includes living together, communication effectively, taking care of each other, dealing with challenges, and carrying forward family traditions. This bond provides a sense of belonging and support to each member, which is crucial for their mental growth, well-being, and stability. Yang pertama itu di sini ada 4 jenis. Yang pertama, define roles. Many heterosexual couples define their roles traditionally, with the man as the main breadwinner and caretaker, and the woman as the main cook, child caretaker, and housekeeper. This is less true among highly educated couples and those in higher socioeconomic class household, where challenges in traditional roles assignment are further seen. Next is recognition of responsibilities. Family members see themselves as having certain obligations and responsibilities to each other. For example, individuals have an obligation to help each other financially. There are also emotional responsibilities, providing comfort when family members are distressed, enjoying their pleasures, feeling their pain, lifting their spirit. Each person is a couple also has a temporary obligation to reserve large blocks of time of the other. Next is share history and future. For a relationship to be primary, there must be a history of significant past interaction. This interaction allow the members to get to know each other, to understand each other and a little better, and initially to like and even love each other. And the last is shared living and space. When living space are not shared, the situation is generally viewed as abnormal or temporary both by the culture as a whole and by community of individuals involved in the relationship. The next is couple types. Jenis pasangan yang saya akan jelaskan di sini ada 3 jenis, yaitu traditional couples, independent couples, and separate couples. Yang pertama, traditional couples. If you are part of a traditional couple, you are likely to agree with statements like this. We tell each other how much we love or care about each other. The second, we eat at the same time every day. And the last is a woman must use her husband's last name when she gets married. Traditional couples share basic belief system and life philosophies. They see themselves as the function of two people into one couple and not as two separate individuals. They are interdependent and believe that the independence of each individual should be sacrificed sacrificed for the good of the relationship. Di lingkungan saya, traditional couples are very rare if you look at the 3 characters of traditional couple above. But in my family environment, I still practice eating together every day. Not just mom and dad, but all the families I meet tend to do the same. And next is independent couples. If you are and independent, you will tend to agree with such a statement like this. First, in marriage or close relationship, there should be no constraint or restriction on individual freedom. Second, I have my own private workspace, and the last is I feel free to interrupt my mate when he or she is concentrating on something if he or she is in my presence. If you look at the characteristic of the independent couples above, in my area, saya sendiri ini orang Bugis, Wiswajo. I really don't find this independent couple. In my environment, couples tend not to have privacy. This is to cover, but if the privacy of the workspace, the husband may have it such a study room and workshop. And the last is separate couples. If you are a separate, you will tend to agree with statements such as this. First, if can avoid an arguing about some problems, they will decipher. Second, it is better to hide your true feelings in order to avoid hurting your mate. And the last is in our house, we keep a fairly regular daily time schedule. Separate couple live together but view their relationship more as a matter of convenience than a result of their mutual love or closeness. They seem to have no desire to be together, and in fact, they usually get together only on ritual occasions such as meal times or holiday gatherings. What most characterizes this type is that each person sees themselves as a separate individual and not a part of the couple. Next is family types. Nah, di sini jenis keluarga terbagi menjadi empat. Yang pertama, consensual family. Nah, keluarga konsensual ini memiliki orientasi percakapan dan orientasi konformitas yang tinggi. Dalam keluarga konsensual, komunikasi keluarga di mana menuntut anak untuk patuh dan mengikuti aturan yang telah dibuat oleh orang tua. Komunikasi keluarga yang terjalin kurang terbuka dan keputusan ini dibuat oleh orang tua. Selanjutnya, protective families. Nah, keluarga protektif ini memiliki tingkat percakapan dan kepatuhan yang rendah. Komunikasi keluarga yang tertutup, anak-anak hanya belajar sedikit mengenai nilai yang ada pada percakapan dalam keluarga dan harus mengambil keputusan sendiri. Hal ini disebabkan karena orang tua kurang memberikan pengasuhan dan bimbingan kepada anak. Selanjutnya itu pluralistic families. Keluarga pluralistik memiliki orientasi percakapan dan orientasi konformitas yang tinggi. Dalam keluarga pluralistik, komunikasi keluarga di mana menuntut anak untuk patuh dan mengikuti aturan. Komunikasi keluarga yang terjalin kurang terbuka dan keputusan juga dibuat oleh orang tua. Dan yang terakhir yaitu keluarga laissez-faire. Keluarga laissez-faire ini memiliki orientasi percakapan dan konformitas yang rendah. Komunikasi yang diterapkan dalam keluarga ini cenderung terbatas dan hubungan antar keluarga pun terbatas. Orang tua membiarkan anak melakukan apa yang mereka inginkan dan tidak memberikan pengasuhan yang aktif. Selanjutnya, family and communication. Selanjutnya, family and communication. You know from your family interaction that technology has changed communication between family members a lot. Cell phones allow parents and children to stay in close contact in case of emergencies or just to chat. Today's college students stay in closer contact with these parents, partly because of cell phones, but also through email, instant messaging, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, and a host of other websites. Di sini ada 4 komunikasi pola yang umum diidentifikasi. Yang pertama, the equality pattern. The equality pattern might be more in theory than in practice, but it is a good starting point of looking at communication in primary relationship. In the equality pattern, such a person has equal part the communication transaction. The role played by each is the same. Selanjutnya, the balance split pattern. In a balanced separation pattern, a relationship of equality is maintained, but each person has authority over different domains. Each person is seen as the expert or decision maker in different areas. For example, in a traditional nuclear family, the husband maintains high credibility in business matters and possibly in politics. The wife maintains high credibility in things like child care and cooking. And next is the unbalanced split pattern. In a full split relationship, one person her child dominates. One person is seen as an expert in more than half of the areas of mutual communication. In many unions, this expertise is equal with control. So, in an unbalanced split, one person regularly controls the relationship. The person in control makes more assertion, tells about what should or will be done. And the last is the monopoly pattern. In a monopoly relationship, one person is considered the rule. This pattern lectures rather than communicates. Rarely does this person ask the other person for advice, and he or she always get to make the final decision. The controlling person te- tells their partner what is and what is not allowed to happen. The last is families, culture, and gender. Di sini terbagi dua, yaitu yang pertama, culture and families. In some case, your husband or wife is chosen to bring to family's gender or to provide financial benefits to your family or village. Such arrangements may have been made by your parents when you have a baby or even before you were born. And last is gender and families. In the United States, both man and a woman can start a relationship and both can dissolve them. But men and women are expected to derive satisfaction from their working interpersonal relationship. When that satisfaction is absent, one person may seek to exit the relationship. Okay, I think that's all from me. Uh, Terima kasih dan Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.